Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys, and today we're going to give a 6-month review of my Mercedes C63 and the ownership breakdown. So guys, this is that video. Guys, hit that intro. Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you. Alright guys, so let's jump into the video. But before we talk about it, I need to do some housekeeping with you guys. If you guys can, watch this video from start to finish. Watch a couple of my other videos. If you make a good positive judgment about this YouTube channel, please subscribe and hit the bell notification and hit all. Also, for my returning Boost in Motion family, thank you for always continuing to support the Boost in Motion family channel. You guys know that I did start in my Nissan Infinitis, but now I also am an owner of a Mercedes C63, which is a little bit different. Alright guys, so let's talk about it. Let's jump right into it. I want to give you guys some of the, I would just say, my honest pros and cons and the things that I've learned. So it's going to be in no specific order. Whatever comes to my head, I'm just going to shoot it out. Alright, so let's jump right into it. Number one, just getting it out there. I really enjoy driving this car. I've always been a four-door lover. Even though I do have an Infiniti Q60, which is my first two-door ever. This is my first four-door rear-wheel drive twin-turbo V8 car. But I really do enjoy this car. This car is a very comfortable car in comfort mode. It feels like you're driving just a regular C300. Put it in sports mode, and the car gets a bit more stiffer and better handling. And I love that about the car. Moving forward, I really do enjoy the rear-wheel drive lifestyle of the car. It's fun. You can get tail happy when you take off all the traction control, and you will have fun. Number three, this car makes amazing noises. You loved it from the V8 to the twin turbos. Also on top of that, guys, I do have some aftermarket parts. I do have a VRP intakes. I do have a secondary cat delete. So, you know, the car makes a little bit more turbo noises, and also I have a Wisec blower valves. So my car is a little bit more, you know, exciting to drive, if you want to say. But all in all, I do love those pros when it comes to the performance. The car handles quite well. It actually handles even better than my Q60 on coilovers. A lot of my cars on coilovers, it handles better on that, just stock suspension. Interior wise, I'm 6'1". It has plenty of room for me to get in the car and get out the car. Plenty of space and trunk space. All that stuff that you guys seen from reviewers for this car from 2015 and up, they're right. All that's all the good stuff. But let's go talk about actual ownership stuff, because I've owned this car for 6 months. And what were some of my own personal experiences that I had to deal with getting this car? I would say, let's leave it as, or the asterisk, I got it pre-owned. So there are some things that I had to take care of. So when I first got the car, I did have to get tires for it. The previous owner, I guess when they traded in or they got rid of it, the tire tread was really low and the tires are really worn out. So I did end up changing the two rear tires, and they were really bad. And I got the car realigned. The alignment was really off. And what I realized from factory is this car has between about -2 to 3 degrees of camber. Why do you guys should pay attention to that? Because if you go and get this car and you don't get alignment done or just have some things checked out, you will run through the tires because of misalignment. And even though they are 18-inch tires, you're still going to be spending about $100, $150 per tire. I don't want you guys to do that. Moving forward, when it comes to maintenance, I did change out the spark plugs on this car. My car has about 48,000 miles. The spark plugs look pretty fine. I had no real issues on how the car was running in the last 6 months when it comes from spark plugs. I changed the oil. It was about 9 to 10 quarts of oil. Nothing real special about the oil other than just mainly for European cars, but just you have to use a lot of quarts. That's it. when it comes to maintenance, there's nothing that's crazy to, at least that stands out. At least what I've done that I'm like, oh my god, this is so ridiculously expensive. It's just, you just have to spend more money on some components, or you have to buy just specialty stuff. So don't really get deterred about that stuff, guys. All right, you can check also my videos on changing those spark plugs and putting oil in this car. So I want to give you guys my honest opinion on just the interior, living with this interior for the first 6 months. Now, I'm going to tell you guys with all honesty, it is the better interior than the cars I've ever owned, but it still has its downfalls. Hear me out. Even though a lot of the quality, a lot of the stuff is still better than my previous cars, it's still going to have some places that do creak and make a couple of noises. Like if you hit bumps and stuff, this stuff actually makes noises. I could actually pull this off. This stuff makes noises. You will get some creaks and rattles, but nothing really crazy, but you will hear it. I love the feeling of the steering wheel in my hand. It's a really thick steering wheel, even though I know the new ones have like Alcantara and other nice things about the steering wheel that's super dope. I still like analog gauges with the check washer fluid. I didn't know I was low on washer fluid. I don't know where that came from. And a lot of intricacies I still think I do like compared to other vehicles I've ever owned. But I can't sit here and say that this car is like anything. What I would say is this, because a lot of you guys like gimmicks. So because this is a 2015, it doesn't have like the updated infotainment system right here. A lot of you guys love stuff like that. Doesn't have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, anything like that. I know some of the new ones have more up-to-date systems. But I still do like the interior for what it's worth. It's a good place to be. It's a very comfortable place to be. It's still a very quiet car. Very, very quiet car. Now, I am 6'1", so I do have the chair all the way back. And you guys can actually see where my feet are. This is with me putting my legs out. So I still have ample amount of space. I am about 180 pounds. So I do have room left and right. If you're a bigger guy, hey, no gray sweatpants stuff, but but if you guys know, you'll still have ample amount of space compared to other vehicles I've had. Now, moving forward to the back, once again, I'm gonna just keep it honest with you guys. Once again, it's still pretty tight, because look, this is with the front passenger seat all the way back, and with the back pushing back, and you still have some leg room back there, but you know, it could still fit 4 6-foot men, I would believe. Decently comfortable. But I'm going to get off the interior wise. To me, honestly, this interior is more of a comfortable interior, and the chairs are pretty comfortable. I really do wish that the seats could have, how would I explain it, right? Because as a driver, I wish this seat has a little bit more bolstering. Even though it has this part right here that extends out, it doesn't extend out that far. Like, if I push myself all the way back in the seat, I really wish that this part comes out even farther than where it is. This is how far it comes out. I wish it could come out a bit farther. And also, I wish that this part of the seat, the same part of the seat, can come a little bit higher. So what you'll do is you'll push this up right here, right? And that's it. It doesn't come up any higher. Other cars, I kind of wanted to be higher on my thighs, to push my thighs up a little bit higher. So I feel like, once again, I don't get to really rest my legs against the seat. It still feels like if I'm driving, my leg is still levitating above the chair. But that could just be attributed to my long legs. You know, if I had shorter legs, I'll probably be resting my legs a lot more, but I still feel that I would have to do so. So I realized that, at least with me being 6'1", and it does take away from some of that feeling. But outside of that, I still love this cabin. The panoramic sunroof definitely is a dope feature that I still love about this car. I haven't had any leaks or anything like that. Nothing popped up with anything randomly not working. The heat works well in this car. The heated seats work well. The AC works well. But, let's jump into that part too. Also to add, if you don't clean out, you have to clean out like this system here. You have to change out the filters. There's one down there, there's one up there, because you'll get this molding sound, molding smell. And it's actually pretty common for the C classes. So I kind of wish that my car came with like the aroma thing that goes into the glove box, which would add a smell to it. But that's something that I dislike about the car too. That's just that part. So I'm going to start by closing off the video. I'm going to tell you guys something. All right. I've owned a lot of cars and Nissan and Infinitis and stuff like that, and they were quite reliable, you know. But even this car, I gotta tell you guys, in this first 6 months, Mercedes have left a good taste in my mouth. Now, some people get in this car and say, oh, it's trash, but I believe when they always had a specific amount of luxury they've been around, that they would say that, right? I remember one guy sat there and said, yo, your car doesn't even have power folding mirrors. To me, that's a convenience. That's not really luxury to me. I don't have a problem closing my mirrors, but this car closes its mirrors. It's cool. But moving forward from that, Mercedes left a good taste in my mouth, because this car actually gives me a good mixture of that performance that I've always wanted, the sound I've always wanted, the control I've always wanted, and or of course the prestige, AMG Mercedes, that I've always wanted. And that's something, it still makes it feel like you're driving something special. And that's what I really like about this car, because I have an Infiniti Q60, Q50, 3.0T Sport. I've always had the top tier trim level of the cars, but you know, those are more not that luxury car, right? But this has left such a good taste in my mouth, and I can see that in the future. Even though with the newer Mercedes, some of them still have the same similar interiors, right? Because that's just how all manufacturers do it, right? I can still see myself getting into another Mercedes product, of course, AMG, and doing a lot. Because this car, to me, it checks off so much boxes as a car enthusiast, as a daily driver. The funny thing is, you would think that the amount of gasoline because I drive this car about daily in the city, so you would think that I'm going through a lot of gas, but to be honest, it's a little bit, I use a little bit less gas than my Q60, which is tuned to like 500 and something horsepower, you know. And I enjoy driving this car regardless. If you want to drive this car comfortably, you can do it. If you want the power on tap, you can do it. It gives you that honest feeling of like, yo, I'm driving something special, and you got the balls to mess with a lot of stuff out there too. Also, I would add, as a driver, right? Even with my Q60, which is a sporty looking car, lowered, tuned, makes some exhaust modifications, right? Even with that car, people don't really want to mess with me in traffic, like, or do some spirited driving. But this car, stock, nothing, just chilling. Everybody that has some kind of car wouldn't mind mess with me, because they see AMG. And that's why I understand where that lineage lies. That idea of, oh my God, it's something special. It is something top tier. And honestly, I'm actually very happy that I got this car, and I enjoy driving it. Now, in the future, I don't know if I'm going to make a 12-month review. I was aiming to keep this car for about a year and then move on to something else, because I am a YouTuber. But I really enjoy driving this car, and I really would honestly say, by ending, hopefully you guys watch it to the end, is what would make me keep this car, right? What would make me want to keep this car as part of my stable for the rest of, for the next 5 years? Honestly, it'll be very hard for me to keep this car, because number one, I still do live in New York City where it snows. One. Two, as these cars age, even though AMGs are really reliable, as these cars age, it's still a C-Class. Things will happen to it. This car is out of warranty, so if anything major happens, I got to get rid of it, or I got to fix it, So it could be a major expense. But I have looked into that too. Moving forward, the same statement, right? Because of the snow, because of the warranty, those are the couple of things that would probably make me step away from this car and get into another AMG. And some of you guys would ask, well, snow, you would have to get an all-wheel drive. Yeah. Reliability, not reliability, but like warranty, you would have to get a newer car, or get a new one with extended warranty. Yes. So this car is a good car. I just wish it was a little bit bigger and it had an all-wheel drive. So we'll see in the future, hopefully in the next 6 months when I'm making a video about this car, right, that maybe I might be trading in to get an E63. So what I would say is, if this car had that all-wheel drive system, it would be one of the best mixture of luxury, performance, handling, just controllability of just having a V8 twin turbo all-wheel drive luxury sedan in a 3,800, 3,900 pound car. That would be super dope. I really wish Mercedes would have designed this car with an all-wheel drive. I think it would have been really sick car. You know, everyone loves the purists of the rear-wheel drive life, but all-wheel drive is where the future is. And at the end of the day, more controllability, less crashing into stuff is way better for the community. So guys, I hope that this video actually helped y'all. I hope it gave you enough information on just when we living with the car. Simple things. It's just like any other regular car when you go shopping for food or you do anything in life. It checks off those boxes. It's just that it gives you that performance additive that you've always wanted, the sound that you always wanted, and the prestige you've always wanted with an AMG product. And I must say, this is really a fun car to drive, and I really do hope I enjoy the next 6 months with it. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe button with the bell notification. Also, on top of that, you can contact me at Boosted Motion on IG, Facebook, and boostedmotion@gmail.com. I just really appreciate you guys for being with me and always watching these videos. I know it's not always the most intuitive videos with the best editing, but I do try my best, take the time out of my regular day schedules because I'm a regular dude just like y'all. So outside of that, guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys for always being with your boy Boost. You guys have a good day. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also, on top of that, if you want to purchase some Boosted Motion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Thank you.